Yes, I'm angry right now because this was, we first heard about what happened last night in Meron. For those who don't know, that's the largest Jewish pilgrimage in the world for a long time now, for many decades, if not longer. We thought it was an accident. We heard that the parenches broke, and it was things like that had happened before. But this was an attack. This was murder. All these people who are saying, Derek Chauvin was some kind of racist. No, Derek Chauvin was a murderer. Derek Chauvin was a jerk, and there are a lot of cops like that who are just jerks. Not that many, but there are some bad cops. There's zero evidence that he was a racist. That he was attacking George Floyd because he was black. That's just something that the left used for their political gain. And here the same thing, the left for their political gain, instead of blaming the murderers, the Nazis, the Israeli Mishtara, who are Nazis, and they've been Nazis since 1948, instead of blaming them, they blame us for going on a peaceful religious pilgrimage. Because what are you doing? It's COVID-19, blah, blah, blah. These people are literally murderers. They sprayed water on people and helped them in there. They were screaming, "Let us out. We're being crushed to death." They were happy. They were reveling in this. The Israeli government are murderers. And I'm not going to be quiet about it. They are anti-Semites. They hate Orthodox Jews, period. And they hate you religious Zionists too. Open up your eyes. These are not your friends. These are not your brothers. You are my brother. If you're a religious Zionist, you're my brother. I might disagree with you, but you're my brother. But these are Amalek. These are not your friends. These are not your brothers. These are murderers. They've been murdering us since before the Medina. They murdered Dahan. And now they murdered... I was talking to a Hasidic Rebbe who's visiting in America now, one of his Hasidim, murdered by the Zionists. My daughter, she has a teacher, her husband was there, murdered by the Zionists. I'm not gonna be quiet. The same Israeli police made a pogrom in this same Rebbe's shul when his father was the Rebbe in the 1980s. By this Rebbe who was making the bonfire there, Toldosaran Rebbe, someone who I would go to his house a lot, I would daven in that shul a lot, and the Zionist murderers and Nazis, they went in, and again, I'm not talking about religious Zionists, I'm talking about the Israeli government. They are Nazis, they are anti-Semites, they are Jew haters. Their whole raison d'etre from the beginning, from the 1890s, has been to destroy Judaism, to kill Jews. And they're reveling in this. The blood is on their hands. This was not an accident. This was intentional. This was murder. This was 1,000,000 times worse than whatever they're accusing Derek Chauvin of. Derek Chauvin was a piece of garbage and a murderer, but he's not a racist. But the Israeli government hate Jews and hate Judaism, and have been trying since the 1890s, since before they got their Medina in 1948, to destroy Judaism and to kill Jews. And that's what happened. This was murder, and it was because of institutionalized bigotry against Orthodox Jews, period. And anybody who likes Orthodox Jews. Maybe not everybody who got killed was Orthodox, but because those people are our brothers. The people who got killed there, those are our brothers. But the Zionist government, they are murderers. And not the Palestinians, this and that, they're murderers of Jews. They instigated all the wars with the Arabs, and that's why Jews got killed in all those wars. That's the history of Israel. It's been the worst disaster, and they colluded with the Nazis also. There's a whole history of this. When Rabbi Weissmandel's Chussi Galenu, he found out ways to save Jews from the Nazis, he went to various secular quote-unquote Jewish organizations, and they refused to help him because they wanted us to die. That's what Chaim Weizmann was the first president of the state of Israel. He wrote in the 1920s that he wanted the religious Jews to die, that they would be dust on the wheels of history. That's the history of the state of Israel. They're not our friends. They're not our brothers. They're Amalek. They're Nazis. And they did this on purpose. This was not an accident. And these were not criminals who put guns on a pregnant woman's stomach, who were high on all kinds of drugs and probably going to die 5 minutes later anyway. These were innocent, holy pilgrims, and now they're saintly martyrs who were murdered by the Zionist entity. Their souls should have an aliyah, but we have to have justice. We have to put an end to the systematic fight against Yiddishkeit that the Zionist movement has had since the 1890s. We cannot be quiet about this. And we do have to have achdus. Yes, we have to have unity between the modern Orthodox and the Haredim and the Sfardim and Ashkenazim and Hasidim and Litvaks and Yekas. Yes, we have to have achdus. And people who have a Yiddish heart, who maybe are not ready to be frum yet, but they have a Yiddish heart. Yes, we have achdus with them, 100%. And this is a time of achdus. But we have to also recognize that it's not hefker. That the kofrim, the apikarsim, the atheists, the heretics, the apostates, and the murderers are not our brothers. And they have a lot of tshuva to do if they want to be our brothers. We're not the one. We have to do tshuva all the time, 100%. And this is, of course, a wake-up call for us. But part of it has to be that we're calling out against this Amalek. This was an intentional murder, a massacre. And the blood is on the hands of those policemen, and the hatred that the Zionist police have for Haredim is well established. This is not the boogeyman that the left makes about, that the police hate blacks, because half the time it's black police killing black people. This is about the ingrained hatred that the Israeli government has poisoned souls with, to hate Judaism, to hate religious Jews, and to hate anything traditional. And to redefine all of our traditions and to destroy our community. But we're not going down. We're not going to be quiet. We have, like President Trump said, that unbreakable spirit of the Jewish people. And now that we're in Golus Yisrael, we're not going to let them win. We're going to keep on fighting for Hashem, because Hashem is our king and we are his servants. We're going to go in the way of the Torah through fire and through water to sanctify the name of heaven. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe.